Hello everyone, Manthral here, and welcome to the weekly update video. Now, there is no technical update this week. It is much of patch notes, which quality of life is never a bad thing. However, there is some other things to actually announce too. First up, we're going to announce the maintenance, which is going to be on September 10th, and it's going to be it's going to start at 9 UTC. And during that time, their billing services will be down for maintenance. So you'll be able to unuse any services that relates to do that. So membership, rune coins, bonds. So do just keep that in mind as a little bit of a reminder. Up next, the schedule has been revealed for RuneFest this year. So Friday night they will actually have the Golden Gnome Awards, which is October 4th, and that will be at 1800 BST, and the ceremony itself will kick off at 2030 BST. So you can actually start watching it on Twitch, and that will be available at 2015 BST when the Twitch would actually start airing. So, this year's theme is obviously Land Out of Time, or Anachronia. So, here is the categories that are actually all going to be going on. And the first time is at 10:30 to 11. And that is time to set sail. They say you join us as we set sail to the shores of old and new, and take an in-depth look at Fossil Island and the Land Out of Time. Fossil Island is the OSRS version of Land Out of Time. Well, I should say Land Out of Time is the RS3 version of OSRS's version. And at 11 to 11:45, there is the Great Gillenor Cook-Off. And it says, watch our star bakers compete to produce a 3-course RuneScape meal from scratch in 45 minutes. Doable? Honestly, it kind of is, but this depends on what the dish is. Okay, so 12 to 12:45 is the cosplay show and cosplay Golden Gnome rewards. So all the different type of outfits will be on stage, and this year we will actually be able to take part in voting for this. This is log into your RuneFest app to cast your vote in the best cosplay category. So that's actually pretty cool. At 1300 to 1345, we have OS and RS data stream. And it says everybody loves a little bit of data, and we're no exception. So it says head to the main stage, and they'll share some of their favorite stats from nearly 25 combined years of RuneScape and old school. So that's a lot of data. 1400 to 1445, you got old school creators Q&A. At 1500 to 1545, Mythbusters, which is Mod Osborne and Mon GC are to reveal the truth behind some of the biggest and funniest misconceptions from the community. Got a myth you'd like to bust? Of course, you go to the official forum thread for this, for RuneFest, and then you can post it in there. At 1600 to 1645, you have Ron Plays Games. Everyone's favorite game show host and sheep enthusiast takes to the stage to bring you an hour of unadulterated, possibly family-friendly quiz show fun. And 1700 to 1745, you have RuneScape keynotes. 1815 to 1900, you have old school keynotes. And for those two combined, it is actually the biggest part of this, and it says about how this is what we can expect to see from RuneScape and old school within the next year. Potentially. Things do vary a little bit. And then there is the panel stage, and for that, at 1200 to 1245 is another slice of wiki. So a lot of top information about the wiki. 1300 to 1345, bringing a creature to life. This is about joining their art team as they take you on an adventure to find out how they breathe life into creatures and people of Gillenor. 1400 to 1445, the making of old school RuneScape mobile. 1500 to 1545, so you want to be a streamer. And it says, join some of our up and coming content creators as they answer all your burning questions about the subtle art of streaming. So if you're interested in streaming, that would be something good to take part in. 1600 to 1645 is lore Q&A. 1700 to 1745, a day in the life of a JMod. And at 1800 to 1845 is RS Reveal Q&A. So not only is there the RuneScape keynote, will be full of surprises like the blank and blank, and the blank will be amazing. This one is to answer any immediate questions. So, but that is what to expect from RuneFest this year, and it all starts at 10:30 BST. So do keep that in mind. That it is not. They're not saying Eastern Time Zone, Western Time Zone. You will actually have to check to see where you actually line up with that. So this week, for the patch notes and other kind of content, you have more mobile changes. The buff and debar will no longer block clicks on the tiles beneath it. The compass has been returned to its original position on the mini-map. Many more small changes which you find in the patch notes. So we'll be going over that soon. Patch notes, we'll be going over that soon. Balthazar big raffle reminder. Balthazar's big raffle is going on currently. Twitch Prime, don't forget to collect your Twitch Prime free premium currency if you do so. Annual survey, do not forget to do the annual survey. There is so much information in there. I can guarantee you guys will not be disappointed. There is so much to be looked into and so much to be had and so much to be offered from it. Just keep in mind that everybody's survey is going to be a little bit different because it also depends upon how you answer your questions. It'll actually kind of focus on those key points of how you answer your questions. RuneFest 2019. There is a schedule and an exclusive perk for attendees. Perk meaning while you're there type deal. There is some world premiere hands-on content that they will actually get their hands on first, so that is actually extremely cool. However, it'll be kind of like testing it out, so they won't actually have access to it because they can't have certain individuals have access to content way before other people with how the game works. Apparently there is still tickets available, so if you are in the area for it, by all means, definitely go for it. Facebook companion app, remember that is still going on, so do feel free to take advantage of that, and I would encourage it. The Lootscape is still going on, which is guaranteed 1 to 2 hunter marks, 250 resources in a random base camp resource, guaranteed drop from the basic drop table. View counter goes up on orb, and 1 raffle ticket to Balthazar's. To use that Balthazar's, so that's actually pretty good because now with Balthazar going on, that means you can get an additional probably 2 to 3 streams this week. Yep, 2 streams, so that's an additional 2 tickets, and all you have to do then is just claim it, and you will get that. Okay, so chance based though is a random skilling outfit piece if unowned, and the either Nature's Balance or Lootscape if unowned. That's chance though, that is not guaranteed. Basic drop table consists of the Prismatic Small, Medium, Fallen Star, Prismatic Small and Medium Lamp, Spirit Ruby and Diamond, Advanced Pulse Core Spring, Silver Hawk Down, Medium and Small Dungeoneering Token Box, Uncut Dragonstone, and the Small, Medium, and Large Cash Bag. Live streams this week is Tuesday, September 10th at 1600 UTC, General Q&A plus a RS quiz. September 14th at 1300 UTC, Wazi featured stream. Now we shall go into the patch notes. Where are they at? There they are. We'll go into the patch notes. There's actually quite a bit of patch notes. Internet, please don't do this. There we go. Achievements. The Easy Lumberge achievements, Artisan Crafting, and Morgan the Merrier. can now be completed. Task rewards can now be handed out once more. Super Resource Potion now has been made within Brimhaven to complete its snap, like it is stated in the achievement description. Bosses with the challenge/hard mode encounter will no longer pop up already complete boss kill achievements. Elite Dungeon boss kill achievements should no longer repeat if you already have them completed. Completing the crossover achievements will now award rune score. Combat. Fix an issue where Masina was assigning assigning Slayer tasks from Vanaka. Rapid Restore Prayer now restores stats at its expected rate. Moderate Aura can now be reset using Tier 3 and Tier 4 Aura Refresh. Hey, Eat Power Up. Dominion Tower Special Challenge now correctly lists Tarn's Lair as a requirement. Broken Sun Spears can now be repaired. Completionist capes are now more reliably removed when you no longer meet the requirements to wear it on login. The Death of Chivalry boss is now immune to poison, both from Quest and Dominion Tower, to prevent poison from being used to kill her while shielded. Boss fight skeleton minions in the Death of Chivalry quest now scale to half their previous level, to make them easier to defeat by high-level players with inferior equipment. That should not be a thing. I'm sorry, that should not be a thing. Just because you have inferior equipment doesn't mean we should scale down for you. Players can no longer attack hobgoblins through locked doors below the Trino village. The buff timers for Flurry, Destroy, and Asphyxiate now count down reliably. The Birthorpe Rabbits will no longer trigger the Scavenging perk. Corrected various references to mutated Barge, Flurry, Fury, and Dazing Shot to Greater Barge, Flurry, Fury, and Dazing Shot. The Masterwork armor buff icon now appears on the debuff bar. The buff bar on desktop clients can now be clicked through. The eFood ability is now global cooldown agnostic. The Adrenaline Urn buff icon will now display a number inside of it. The Menaphos 5% XP buff will no longer appear on the buff bar as its effect was never active. The ability icon will now appear on the enemy player's target bar. Fortitude and Turmoil can no longer be activated together. The Zeros Godsword special attack buff icon will now appear consistently on the buff bar. Item effects are no longer cleared from the buff bar when the Ring of Death activates. The Nope 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 perk no longer appears on the player's buff bar. This still shows as a debuff on the enemy bar, however. Natural Instinct will no longer deactivate when transitioning between boss phases. In mobile, the auto retaliate option will now work more reliably. And stat reductions will now display a value on your debuff bar. Graphics interfaces can now be scrolled all the way down. Change the Herbie Werby pet Sasha to be a companion pet. Remove duplicate cosmetic override for ranged vanquish weapon. Fix penguin images on the emote interface that appears when wearing penguin suit. Snack Yak summoning has become much safer, no longer allowing them to be summoned in a dangerous area. Fix issues with some NPCs having an extended thumb. Fix some labeling issues with Decimation Bow. Coin stack model has been made less shiny to stop, in some cases, the coins appearing white. The Amulet of Farming no longer appears as a diamond amulet when worn. The animation issue displaying bloodwood logs outside of the player's hand whilst fletching has been fixed. Fish during Beneath Cursed Tides have had their click box adjusted. An issue with reflections not displaying correctly during the Violet's Blue quest has been fixed. Remove the cart in Birthorpe, which had undesirable interaction. The monkey bars in Birthorpe Agility course can no longer be manipulated at the opposite end to throw a monkey wrench into the flimsy flaws of time, space, reality, and good taste. The Legends Cape and Castle Wars capes are now consistent across male and female models, now using the female model variant. The Canopy of the Taverley farming patch has been removed to its new location. Quest, a guide of our guild of our own mini quest now correctly requires partial completion of the feud for blackjacking. When you haven't started the Shiloh Village quest, its quest journal now displays the correct information if you banked the wampum belt. Legacy of Sergeys can no longer be accepted multiple times. Elemental Workshop 2 start point will no longer open the quest accept screen if the requirements are not met. The Miscellany quest line and affected quest now gives the player a choice which partner they will wish to marry regardless of their in-game gender. The Locust City requirement has been updated so the message references Locust correctly. The Menaphos City quest to retrieve copper now directs you to the site which has copper. The quest point reward display for Elemental Workshop 4 has been corrected from 1 to 2. Fixed an issue where players could not steal enough flame fragments to complete Lost or Marbles after dying. The Waco contract interface now displays a skill icon once again. Players can now close the chat while in the free cam. The Anachronia Slayer Lodge and Spa bonuses now work correctly once more. Manifested Knowledge can now spawn when firing pottery. Players are now able to purchase or rent wealth evaluators again. Fix an issue that was preventing Alan from looking after the tree patch in Taverley. Attempting to add a lent pickaxe to the tool belt will no longer remove the current pickaxe from the tool belt. Big Game Hunter multi-spawn encounters will no longer spawn if the previous kill on that dinosaur was not successful. The anti-poison totem now prevents the user from becoming poisoned whilst in Pyramid Plunder. Weaving different divination energies will now go to the correct item category. Quick Chat XP for level 120 Invention no longer shows as 2.75 mil. Now, players can no longer work on member smithing objects in free-to-play worlds. The Dwarven Instinct Aura can now spawn chests when hunting butterflies barehanded. Fix an issue where net traps and butterflies could not award strange rocks. The Max Cape can now be recolored in the wardrobe. Players will no longer receive a message about their Falador shield if they are not at the Falador farming patch. Players can no longer stand near the northeastern pillar to negate any damage received when fighting nightmares. Fix an issue where the wood spirits from Juju wooding cutting potions would occasionally refer to logs as thatch spars. An issue preventing you from interacting with the compost mound familiar has been fixed. Mining salty crablets for sea salt will now correctly update the quick chat value. Pots of flour can now be turned into dough with a full inventory if the player has the destroy containers toggle set to on. Fix an issue that allows guest clan chat channel requirements to be bypassed. Joining a guest clan chat channel now has a 1 minute anti-spam cooldown should you leave a channel and then try to rejoin or fail the entry requirements. Extra unusable fragments for elite skilling outfits that are already completed are now removed. Fix an issue where some max level skills were not freezing treasure hunter. Can no longer make duplicate divine nomadic vacuums by storing one in your bank. Manifested knowledge will now appear as expected when grabbing feathers from the desert phoenix, if wearing the correct equipment. Cancel report button when reporting a player now works correctly. Upon dying in hardcore Iron Man mode above 1000 total level, a broadcast will now fire out informing all players if the count was lost forever or just downgraded to Iron Man status. That's actually kind of nice. Globetrotter outfit teleport to the medium clue in the locked drawer in Gaius' house in Berthorpe has been corrected and removed an erroneous message when leveling up. The clan avatar buff will once again show buff percentage on the icon, and it will no longer disappear after logging out. The compass now reliably appears, and made some optimization to the code that generates recommended paths. Clue scroll, search the drawers of the houses in Berthorpe, can now be completed and has also been corrected to refer to Hild and Penda's house to make it clearer. Added a one-time teleport of players who logged out in the upper level of moved Berthorpe buildings to the Berthorpe lodestone. That could be awkward. Corrected the color of cosmetic appearance tooltip text when examining another player's override equipment. So that is it for this week for updates and patch notes. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.